Hello and welcome to today's show, On the Fly, Gaia Leandra. Today we will experience an interactive live coding performance by Gaia Leandra. This performance was developed within the framework of her on-the-fly remote residency with ZKM Hertz Lab in summer 21. So, all eyes on Gaia Leandra. Gaia Leandra is a prolific artist researcher. She studied biological physical chemistry at the University of Naples, and since then she argues in favor of an open science approach. Science must be freely accessible to everybody. So, all eyes on Gaia Leandra, who will now elaborate on her ideas and give you a brief introduction into her work.
So I'm Gaia Leandra, and this video is a video for explain how to do in this residence, in this virtual residence. I do in the European project. It was on the fly programming, and this European project, and I development in the ZKM center. And really the place where I working in this residence, it was a wet lab. A wet lab is the space based in Barcelona, where we working on the art and science with the feminist approach. So it was based in Barcelona in the Hangar Center, and here we do our experiment. So for this residence, I started to do live coding music with the microscope. The idea it was do music with the sample of the microscope. This is the first device I'm building. I'm building with the slide of CD-ROM and with the PlayStation webcam. You can use what kind of webcam, and it's really cheap and faster for building. And you can connect with USB. You can find all the information of this device, how to building, in the wiki of the Acteria. So at one point I buy a semi-professional one microscope where I can use with the USB 2. It's the same process but different microscope. Really they're working in the same mood, but the difference is this objective, because you can change the scale of the image really faster. You can do the same with that one, but you need to change the camera all the time. So this video is just a demonstration of the performance of the Bioxeno, because I prepared a video for show the result of this residence. So the idea is just I want to explain a little bit the device, the software, and introduce it you for the next video. The next video it was called Necrobiopsy. Necrobiopsy is just a tell story in the audiovisual mood, and just for explain the visual part of the Bioxeno. So for working I use two different kind of software. The first one it was pure data, and the second one it was with processing. So processing detect the image, and after all data of this image that are processed with the pure data, and the sound is generating between the relationship each other. So it's a kind of granular noise. So this is just say a little explication, and the image and the audio you're going to see after in the necrobiopsy video is really I don't use post-production with that video. I really do with just microscope, light, and the music is generated to the sample. So if you have some question, you can write to the wet lab mail you can find on the Hangar page, and have fun with the necrobiopsy video. Bye.
These present times, in which catastrophe and disaster seem to be the only possible scenarios in near futures, these times in which the visible ecosocial alternatives seem to have come to an end, we find it crucial to generate new narratives, new stories about possible livable futures able to challenge our present ways of living and how we relate to each other and the other living beings that inhabit planet Earth. Why do humans pretend to be healing a damaged planet and don't realize that it is the planet, the one who is taking care of ourselves? What makes human survival possible is the balance of the ecosystems. It is not that humans are destroying the planet, but rather it's that our waste of life are generating waste that the planet needs to rebalance in its cycles of matter and energy. A global preservation that could lead to the suppression of mammals from the environment. The planet mutates. It adapts itself with all of its cycles. From our cyanobacterial ancestors that produced an atmosphere with oxygen to a possible future in which nitrogen would cause humans pulmonary asphyxia. The planet existed prior to us and would continue to exist without human beings. The planet works fine. The interest in saving the human species is nothing but the desire of keeping a lifestyle based on the flow of money, consumerism, and the wealth of the rich. How can we get rid of this artificial idea we have of wildlife enclosed in nature reserves? How can we abandon the illusion of a convenient nature in which mosquitoes don't bite and viruses never kill? We undervalue the invisible microworld, all the organisms we live with, the ones we are and the ones that live in our bodies, and without which and the balance they create, we won't be able to survive. Human health, as well as the ecosystem health, is also based on this invisible microworld that live with and inside us and keep us alive. The incredibly complex interdependency of energy and matter that makes our existence possible by keeping a microbiome proves that the anthropocentrism will lead to human extinction. Microbiopsy is a future without humans, in which our self-indulgence, inflated by our ego, will have led to our extinction. A narrative in which the remains of human cells and their physiology have been ingested by protists, generating metahumans in the form of AI. Organisms without sex, dualisms or binarisms, genetic necrophiles, terrestrial aliens, errant communities, beings that have always been there in the shadows of humans, which will turn out to be the protagonist of the microbiotic history. Earth will not die because it is a mutant being.